Hey everyone, welcome back to Outside of Work, where we explore who we truly are beyond our job titles. So the Olympics are done. Do you like my Paris? Can you see it? If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my Paris 2024 shirt. Completely not worth how much I paid for it, but it's for the memories. Myself and my boyfriend, Andre, joined up with Keturah, who was competing, to cheer her on her final Olympic Games. It was so amazing. It was my first time in Paris. It was my first time in another European country besides England. And so it was nice to kind of see the comparisons. Definitely like Paris better than London, but whatever, that's just me. We got to watch and cheer on Keturah in her final Olympic Games. She made it to the finals and she finished ninth. Though she wasn't as happy with her performance, myself, Andre, and Kashan couldn't have been more proud of her, as well as everybody else who were cheering her on. We couldn't be more proud of what she has accomplished and what she's been able to do over the past 5 years in her professional career. It's not easy to stay on top of your game injury-free for 5 years. Well, maybe not injury-free, but just healthy for 5 years and to still hold the American record. Just absolutely amazing. So this is part 2 of my conversation with Keturah post her professional career. And just a heads up, I shot it on the patio of my hotel, which was honestly actually really beautiful. But when you hear it, it sounds a bit different. You hear some people eating breakfast in the back, plates and forks clinking, maybe some people chatting, some music ambiance. But overall, you can hear our audio just fine. But just wanted to give you a heads up if you're not watching on YouTube. And look what I'm offering for free $99. Immersive podcast recording. What other podcast do you know takes you on location? In this conversation, Keturah and I talk about how she feels about her final performance, how she plans to remain in the sport in some kind of role, how she ate jollof rice that did not make her sick. It was actually pretty banging, and why she's really not looking forward to camping in the Serengeti. And be sure to follow Keturah on all her social media handles. I'll have those listed in the show notes so you can follow along in her post-professional career journey. And without further ado, here's Keturah, part 2. Hey, Keturah.
Hey.
It reminds me of do you follow that one couple from Georgia on Instagram that always makes the videos of how girls are on podcasts?
Because if I don't believe in myself, I would be leaving myself. I'm gone.
No.
That's how you sound like right now. You're like, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Delilah.
I do not follow them.
Yeah. Anyways, that's what that reminded me of. But yeah, look, here we are, part 2 in Paris, en Paris. How are you liking it so far?
I think the city is a little overrated, but I'm happy to have you here and Keyshawn here.
Interesting.
And I'm enjoying myself.
What makes it overrated?
I just don't think it's that enjoyable. When
Really?
I'm walking around the streets and everything, I'm not like, ooh, I love this and look at that and I want to stay here longer. It just looks like a bunch of buildings.
Have you been to other places where you're like, oh yeah, I'll definitely want to come back here and stay here longer?
Yeah, so we talked about when we went to South Africa, I really enjoyed being there. I think I enjoy a lot of different cultures. And so when you can feel the culture in a place, I think that is what resonates with me. So when we went to Portugal too, I feel like I could feel the different cultures there. And so yeah, in Paris, it just seems especially when there's streets we're on with just shops and things. I'm this doesn't appeal to me. It reminds me of when I went to Madrid. It reminded me New York City, where it's a bunch of shops and a bunch of people, but I'm I have no desire to come back here.
Yeah. At least you got to experience it once, and then now you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you did like about it? What's been your favorite part so far?
When we got the African food yesterday, that's been one of my favorites. And then I also enjoy taking pictures at the Eiffel Tower with the Olympic rings, of course.
Yo, that African food was good. I got the fish, which I already love, like grilled fish. So I was like, I was in there. That was fantastic. What'd you get?
I got okra soup with fufu, pounded yam. And then I had some of Keyshawn's plantain. I had some of your jollof rice. The first batch of plantain they brought was so ripe. It was perfect. So we ordered another side, and the second batch was not ripe. It was extremely sad because I was enjoying the first batch so much.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like that, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My jollof rice was too spicy. It was way too spicy. I don't know what I expected from jollof rice, but...
Yeah.
Is this fair to ask? Which ones do you prefer more? Nigerian, Ghanaian, Liberian jollof?
I've never had other jollof, so I only know Nigerian jollof. I bet I like them all, though, knowing me.
Yeah, most likely. I like Ghanaian. That's my favorite. It's just so moist. It's just so moist and delicious. I gotta have you try it one time.
If it's more saucy, I'll probably like that more.
Yeah, I think so. Because I feel as if the one we had yesterday was like really dry. It was like, it's like, if you had chicken or like the beef or something, you need something else on top of it to kind of like, you know, bring it out a bit. But I mean, otherwise, that place was good. It was good. I remember we walked in, you hear like the dude, the cook or whatever, the uncle in the back, and he's speaking in his thick accent. You're like, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
You knew the food was going to be good. Fresh, pure, right from the source.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Yeah.
I just find it so funny too. Like when we're looking for recommendations, we're like, so where would you recommend? And the guy at this one place we were at, he's like, it's a little ghetto, so just be aware. We get there as like bougie as anything.
Yeah, it literally was my favorite part of Paris, probably. Like we got there and I was like, I could live here. Like it was quiet. It was nice. People were like biking around, chill. I was like, this is my vibe.
That's your vibe.
Yeah.
No, it was nice. It was really chill.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Me too.
But yeah, I mean, Paris so far, it's been interesting. I mean, the people, I don't know, they just remind me of New Yorkers, if anything, just doing their own business, like, you know, off to work or whatever. Kind of annoyed with the tourists. My favorite part is probably like the Eiffel Tower too. It was cool to see that like actually in person. I don't know what I expected, but I don't know. It was nice. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now you're all done, basically. Yeah. You competed a couple days ago, and just like a quick recap for everybody. You made it into the finals, right? And then during the finals, you placed 9th overall. Yeah. How do you feel about your performance?
I am very disappointed in my performance. This is my lowest finish at an Olympics, and also probably one of my worst performances at a championship. And when I say championship, I'm referring to like a world championship or Olympics, even NCAA championship.
Yeah.
This is one of my worst performances. But it's kind of how the season's been going. So I would say like I probably jumped similar to what I've been jumping kind of this outdoor season.
Yeah. So I remember we were talking about like the body was bodying, but the jumps just weren't there. Like, what do you think it was in this final?
I don't really know. I think that maybe too much was changed about my jump. So when I started working with a new coach this year, and we were able to like lengthen out my hop and step phases. So those are the first two phases of the triple jump. And with doing that, I felt like I was never able to put my third phase on it. Like I wasn't able to figure out the timing of like the ground contact.
Yeah.
And also just like able to put a good third phase on it. So I feel like the whole year we were trying to like fix the third phase, but it never ended up happening. So maybe we changed a little bit too much from my OG jump to something else, and it ended up backfiring on us.
I wonder if like if you had like another year. I know you don't want to do another year, but like if you had another year, if it would have like solidified itself. Or
if I had another year, I would have moved back to Atlanta. I was very sad in Maryland.
Okay. But I guess more in terms of like the jump, like since you changed it, like this is the first year you changed it, like if you gave it another year, do you think then you would have like
I don't think I would have. I think I would have changed back to the original way I jumped, because I don't think it's worth the risk of trying to take another year and seeing if you can figure out the third phase. I fouled 15 meters before from my old jumping ways. So
I see.
I would prefer to just go back to the original way I was jumping and maximize what I can with my original technique.
Oh, okay. Was there at any point where you're like, let me just go back to the old phase?
I thought about it, but honestly, we never intentionally changed to the new phase, so that's why it's hard to, like, I didn't try to extend my hop step. It's just the training we were doing naturally led to that.
Okay.
And so I don't even know how I would be able to go back to the original.
That seems so complicated.
Yeah, the triple jump is very complicated. I feel like the older I've gotten, the more complicated it gets.
Which it should be the reverse almost.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I still think you did a wonderful job to make like your third Olympic finals and to like be at the top of your game so many years, later. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be consistent like that. I mean, yeah, your jumps might have gone down a bit, but like consistently performing at the top levels. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely grateful that like in my worst year I can still make the Olympics.
Yeah.
I can still be Olympic finalist, because I understand that's not the reality for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But to me that just shows like if you're able to do that with having a terrible year, what are you able to do when you actually perform? Mm-hmm. So that's what it's like there's like the good and bad side of it. But I'm still grateful to be able to be having a terrible year and still end up here.
Yeah. If all of our worst was the Olympics, that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something you said the other day where you're like, there's so many like storylines that are told at the Olympics, obviously, but there are always a lot of like, this person came from this and now they're here or whatever. But like, tell me about these other storylines that you feel like could be highlighted as well.
Yeah, I feel like more stories should be told about the people that do strive and persist and are resilient and don't accomplish what they want. I think the media will always say like, oh, like I talked about like Julian Alfred, where she has like an amazing story where she false started and then I think she got 5th place in Budapest and then she won the Olympics.
Yeah.
And it's like, what about all the people that false started and like never even made a championship again? Or like the people that false started maybe got 5th and then had a career-ending injury, or the people who had success like me, success at a young age and hopes to like do all these things and never end up doing it. I just feel like media always talks about like, if you work hard, you achieve your dreams. But I never hear the storyline of like, you can work hard and put 100% effort in and not get results. That is very much a reality. Results are not guaranteed. And I don't think that story is ever told. And I think it should be told more, especially to younger athletes. I think you should know like, hey, you can put 100% into this.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn a lot. You're going to grow a lot in character. You're going to become a person you never thought you'd become, but you may not get those results you're looking for. And I think it's maybe it's because like a discouraging or a scary story. They don't want to tell that.
That's too real, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I also think that's the reality. Like, all the stories should be told. Why are we only telling one story?
That's very interesting. They definitely always look for like that Cinderella story. Obviously, the payoff, that makes for like a great story arc or whatnot. And to then give people the reality of like, yeah, you could work hard like all you want, but the payoff is not gonna be there.
Mm-hmm. And the lessons learned from it. Because there's so many lessons learned from like striving to be the best. Like there's still something within, like I risked it all, I went for it, and yes I failed, but at least I did, like at least I went for it. I still think that's a great storyline to share.
That's true. What lessons have you learned?
I think I've learned how resilient I am. With like all the negativity I've received in the different situations I've been in, I've been able to like remain true to myself, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that. I've learned that I definitely advocate for myself. Like I will not tolerate disrespect. I will not tolerate mistreatment. And I love that about myself. And yeah, I think I've just learned how much I'm willing to sacrifice for the things that I want to achieve. So like the way I was able to I agreed to move to California to work with a coach out there, and then even after saying I was going to move again, I ended up moving to Maryland, and all this is to strive for greatness. So like there's this inner fire within me that knows like if I work hard, if I do these things, I know that I can accomplish great things. I'm willing to sacrifice things for that.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. And also I think you're just like, I think you're one of those people, which is, it's a rarity. Like once you set your mind to something, like you're going to want to achieve it, and you're going to want to achieve it at the best of your abilities. Like, I don't think you're one to just be like, yeah, let's see how this goes. Like that's not like, it seems like a waste of your time in a way.
Yeah,
Right.
fully commit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? All good, all good. And you talked about Kashan being there as well. You know, on your final jump, he came and gave you a hug and all that. What did it mean to have him there to like support you?
I feel like it means the world. Like, he's just seen so many. So a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes of track and field and failures. And I feel like Keyshawn has experienced all those heavy emotions with me. Like,
Yeah.
he's helped me, like I said, like unpack, repack, move me across the country, then move me back home, then move me somewhere else. I call him after meets doing bad, sad, wanting to quit. Like, he's just experienced all those emotions with me, and like he continues to like encourage me and uplift me through it.
Yeah.
And so I just really appreciate the way that he's taken on this heavy load with me of track and field.
Yeah. He would you say he knew what he was getting himself into when? No?
I didn't know what I was getting myself into. No, I didn't. That's why I want to mentor, and like I would like to talk to more people before they get into like professional athletics or like when they're juniors and seniors in college, because I don't think anyone really shares. That's why I said the stories need to be told. No one shares the other side of track and field. Everyone shares the glamorous. Like, you get a sponsorship, you get to travel the world, you're gonna win medals, and it's like that is the reality for so few. So it's just like I think people should know what they're getting into before they decide to opt in, and if they want to go for it, then like this is what it is.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. Okay, the producer in me, just make sure your mic is like directed to your mouth.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
What is it right now? Like, how is it right now?
I think just like pointed to your mouth. You know, like when you're talking into the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
But what was I doing? That's what I was saying.
It'll be like this way, and then like,
'cause I'm turning my head. Thank you. Okay.
It's just not natural. Listen, this is new to me too. We're out here on this patio. You could probably hear like music playing, you can hear the birds, hear construction. So it's just a cool vibe.
So,
Yeah.
but if I turn my head, is it okay if I turn the mic?
Yeah, exactly. You have the good one. Mine is the jacked up one that I gotta make sure is it's all good. No worries, no worries. Yeah. Okay. So yes, he was there to support you through the ups and downs and everything like that. What has been his thoughts like? You know, as you come to retirement.
I know that his emotions before the final were like anger.
Really?
Yeah.
Anger at what?
Anger because like again, like I've sacrificed so much. I'm extremely talented.
Yeah.
I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm in better shape. I know much more about the event, and I'm jumping worse. So he's just like, this just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm angry that you're doing all of these things. Like, I lost a bunch of weight this year to try to maximize my performance. So it's like, you've literally never been this committed, you've never been this fit before.
Yeah.
And you're somehow jumping what you jumped your freshman year of college.
Yeah.
So it's like 10 years later, you're back in the same place you started. So I think he was just very angry about how things have gone.
The math wasn't mathing for him. And it really, I mean, I could agree with that. It's like, how is it that you're putting in all this effort and still like, you're not jumping what you should be jumping, which we know you could be jumping. We've seen you jump it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what, when I talked to my sports psych, I think that was the hardest thing, because I was like, there's some people who they know their potential maybe from practice or things like that. But it's like, no, I've actually gone to competitions and jumped certain distances. So I'm 100% sure that I can do it. So it hurts more. It's not even like the imagination, like the what could be. It's like, no, you've literally done this before, so you can do it, and you're not doing it, which makes it hurt more.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah,
that's really frustrating. But this sports psych, I'd never heard of this before, but like obviously it makes total sense to have like a sports psychologist. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when did you realize that like I think I need to talk to somebody?
Yeah, 2021 was, I think, the first time I started talking to a sports psych. That was when I had moved to work with the coach in California.
Okay.
And for the first time in my career, my performances were very volatile. So up until
What does that mean?
So up until 2021, I kind of had like very consistent performances. So I could go to the meet and know like I'm probably going to jump between 1430 and 1460. Like I just knew like I had a rhythm going. Yeah. When I moved to California, I opened up my season with 1491, which was the American record. And like I went to a next meet and it was like 14.0. And then I do like 1450 and then like 1410. So like it was like very, very volatile.
Yeah.
And so my confidence had always come from being consistent.
Yeah.
So when the volatility came, I was like, I don't know how to become like anything could happen. Like I could come to this meet and jump 15 meters, or I could come to this meet and jump 14 meters. I don't know. And so that was when I started working with the sports psych, and she started giving me certain tools to use and really letting go of like, because one thing I realized as more negative performances came is that I let it affect the rest of the meet. So like if my first jump went bad, I would think the rest of the meet was going to go bad. And so she kind of taught me like even like how to let go of like the first jump doesn't define how the competition's going to go. Like your second one, third one can still be like a better jump. You can release whatever it is that happened before. So like just different tools and things you can use to like put yourself in the best state of mind to perform well.
Yeah. Wow. What's something she said that like really helped you out to like continue? Was that it?
Yeah. So she has a technique called learn, burn, return. That was like one of the things that helped me out the most. And then also affirmation statements. So like one of the ones she gave me was like, I can do anything and be anything in this moment. And so like, rather than like, let's say I opened up a competition with like 14 meters even. Okay. And I'm attempting my second attempt. Rather than like thinking about the 14 meters, it's like you literally in this moment, you can do anything. Like the results are not there yet. Like you can jump as far as you want right here. And so we did a lot of affirmation statements based off things I had done in the past, which really reassured me. So like one of the other ones we came up with was I perform, I'm a high pressure performer. I perform on demand in high pressure situations. Okay. I think that's what it was. Yeah. So that's like a big one that I use because like when you look at how I performed at different championships, it's like on demand in high pressure situations, I can perform at a high level. Even one of them was like, on a bad day, I'm still one of the best triple jumpers. Nice. So it's like, these are the statements that like you like kind of recall through your mind to help you feel confident like before you jump.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, she was really helpful.
Yeah, I like learn, burn, return. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of like what you just explained similarly, or is that more the affirmation?
Kind of. No, the affirmation's separate. So learn, burn, return is a 3-step process. So it's like, let's say I took that first jump. What did you learn from the jump? Like, what are you going to take away from it? Burn, completely let the jump go.
Interesting.
And then return back to a confident state. So it's like before you did that first jump, you came into this meet thinking like, I want to jump this. I can do this. Practice has been going well, blah, blah, blah. And then you jump something and it can kind of alter your mindset. Yeah. So we worked on like returning back to like the confident state that you had before, whatever that jump was. So that really helped me.
It's one thing to say that, and it's another thing to put into practice.
Yeah. And it takes practice. It definitely does.
Yeah. I feel as if I saw that in action in the semifinals.
You saw that in action?
Yeah. Because in the semifinals, you jumped 13 the first jump. Yeah. You fouled the second, and me and Kashan and Andre were over there looking at the leaderboard. We're like, she needs to jump 14. She needs to jump 14 to make it to the finals. And, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. So, yes, I saw this in action in the semifinals where the first jump you jumped 13, the second you fouled it, and then then me, Kashan, Andre, we're looking at the leaderboard. We're like, she needs to jump 14. We know she could jump 14, but she needs to jump it, you know. And I was over there like, I just hope she doesn't foul it. And then Kashan was over there like, no, it's good. She got it. And then Andre was like, he turned his cap inside out. He's like, this is a, I forget what he called it, like a good luck cap or whatever. We were over there, I was spitzing. And then you come and you bust out like, you know, what you needed to make it to the finals. Yeah. Would you say that you put it in action at that moment?
Not really.
No?
I think in that moment, those are the moments where it's like I use the term gamer for like people that like just show up. Like it's like this is a situation where it's like you have to perform or else you're out. And I would say like in some aspects I'm a gamer. There's people who are gamers and like end up winning medals. Yeah. I think I'm a gamer, but in the aspect of like becoming like a finalist or things like that. Okay. Or like winning SECs or winning NCAAs. There have been situations where it's like you literally have to jump a certain amount of centimeters further in order to win this. And there are a lot of situations where I've been able to do it. So that's where like my competitive like gamer mindset comes in, and it's just like, I don't like, you gotta shut off the mind and you just go for it.
You just go for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know what was going on in your mind. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it is so nerve-wracking. That's the thing. Like, whatever the audience is feeling, I'm like, just know the athlete is feeling like times 30 of that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh my god,
my goodness.
Like, perform now or you're out.
That was wild. And then when you hit the, cause I don't look at the rest of the jumps. I just look to see if you were on the board, right? So yes. So like the second jump, I was like, it's a foul. I turned away. I was like, and then the third one, I was like, she's on. Okay. So what's the rest of it? And then I saw you bust a 14, bruh. The way we were cheering. Did you hear us?
No, I didn't. The crowd was loud.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, me and Kashan were cheering so loud that like the French people were turning around like, what are y'all doing? It's like, it's a sports event. What do you expect us to do?
Yeah. It's stressful. It's just stressful.
Whew. It reminded me of Brittany Reese, this long jumper, though we loved, and she would always be busting out the craziest jumps on the last jump. Like, she would foul everything else, and then the last one, she like, get it. Gamer.
People who just can turn it on.
Like,
gamer.
Insane. I definitely flop in high pressure situations.
I think a lot of people do. It's hard. It's really hard. And I think it takes practice. A lot of things take practice.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember, but my first New Balance Nationals, I fouled out in the long
Did
jump.
you really?
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
I remember I jumped 19 feet, and Z was like, Coach Z is one of our high school coaches back in the day. And Z was like, oh my gosh, you can go to New Balance Nationals, you qualified.
Yeah.
And I went there, my approach was completely off. Like, I don't know what I was doing. Approach was completely off. I was like splitting the board, fouled all 3 jumps. It was a complete mind thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't think I remember that. That's crazy. That could be so like, ugh, dang. But that was your first one, right?
That was my first New Balance.
Yeah, and then you came back next time. Like, we're not doing this again.
Yeah.
We learned from the first time.
Exactly.
Dang. Okay. No, that's good though. That's good. Cool. So now, if you don't mind me asking this one, I feel as if
know what the question is.
I feel as if one of your goals was to become like one of the first American women to win a medal in triple jump, right? Yes. And then so to see another teammate do it, I guess what were you feeling at that moment?
Yes, so I'm really happy for Jasmine. I love her and her family. I helped recruit her to Georgia before, and then like even when she transferred, I helped her make a decision for where she's going to transfer and train with, and like that's a coach she's training with right now. So like I'm 100% Jasmine supporter, but of course there's a part of me that really hurts that it wasn't me that could have done that. And I told Jasmine this before. I didn't tell her about the medals aspect, but I did tell her the fact that she's able to make teams in the long jump and triple jump. That was always one of my dreams. I remember when I saw Will Clay win a medal in the long jump and triple jump, I was like, oh my gosh, you can do both. Like, I want to do both. And so like the fact that she's able to make teams consistently in the long jump and triple jump, I'm like, oh my gosh, I always wanted to do that. So she's inspiring so many, and I love that she's also given me my props as far as like Keturah, like you inspired me first. You showed me that like Americans can be great in the triple jump. She's given me my props too. So like I'm very proud of her, very happy for her. Of course, I would have loved to be the first American woman, but it wasn't what it was. So I'm glad I paved the path for many other women to hopefully be able to do the same.
That's really awesome. I love that though. It's giving sportsmanship, is giving sisterhood. You know? Yeah. Because sometimes sports can be so competitive that you forget the human at the other end. Yeah.
And I think it's easy to cheer on people who are like good people, like people that are nice. Like I'm like, I have no reason to not like Jasmine, no reason to not wish well for her. There are some people who like, you're like, I mean, I wouldn't mind if you didn't do too well. Like, you're not my favorite person to be around, but like, Jasmine's super nice.
Okay. No, that's really good. Yeah, because I was curious. I was like, wow, she really did that.
Yeah.
She really did that. And it was on her first Olympics too, right?
No, this is her second. She was
her second.
Yeah.
Why do I keep forgetting that? Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. American women on the map. Do you think there'll be more on the way?
Of course.
Have you seen any others?
Well, I don't know. Currently, I don't know who would be the next. But I feel like because to me, once history's made, then that shows that like it can be done. So Yeah, to me, I definitely think it's possible. I do think there are a limited amount of coaches that can coach the triple jump, though, in America, which makes it a lot harder. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's starting to get hot.
Yeah.
You feeling that?
A little bit.
Wonder if we should move into the shade. Yeah. Okay. Is that shadier?
Actually, it's sun here, too.
Maybe we got to move seats over there. It's getting kind of hot. Yeah, maybe let's just move the whole organ, the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna pause this. All right, move to a place much shadier. I feel cool. What were we talking about? That's crazy.
Jasmine?
Oh yeah. Oh, the next generation of people. Yeah, you don't know who's gonna be coming next, but you said that, like, you know, once history is like made, it kind of gets more people to come to the sport. I hope so. I hope more people come to triple jump.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be hard, though, because triple jump's not well supported. Yeah. And so it is more likely that people want to run a sprint event or do a different event just because there's more support there. There's more publicity there. There's more popularity there. So I still think there's people who probably could be triple jumpers that are maybe doing other events.
But they're not doing it because it just doesn't have the support or whatever. Yeah,
like it doesn't have the popularity or the glam of the other events.
Which is people always just forget about field events, which is so crazy. But whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the Netflix special Sprint, I was like, all right, now let's do field. Like,
yeah,
that would be awesome to watch that. Like, well, what's his face? Krauser won his 3rd shot put gold.
Yeah.
Like, this man is amazing. Like, I would love to see his background and his story and what's going on there.
Me too.
You know?
Me too. Yeah, historical things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is Raven in this Olympics too, or no?
Raven Saunders?
Yeah.
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 Shot putter, yep.
She's such a cool character. Like, I'd love to hear her, her stuff too. It's just like all these people that kind of get dismissed because it's not track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, field is definitely thrown to the side. At this point, though, I'm used to, like, people be like, field should get more. And I just kind of, like, stare and say, yeah, because I'm just, like, I think I've just accepted it at this point. It's just very discouraging. So, like, I guess I just don't like to talk about it because I'm like, it's just sad. Like, this is the sad reality we exist in. We are, like, the bottom tier.
Literally. Now that you're out of the sport, are you going to... You talked about mentorship. Is there anything else you're going to do kind of, like, to put it at the forefront?
I think I would like to be a part of the athletes commission.
Okay.
So just kind of advocating for, like, what the athletes need and making sure they're getting it.
Mm-hmm.
I did talk to a couple people about it, but I also told them, like, if I feel like I'm putting in work and there's no actual results, similar to my career, I'm not going to be a part of it. Like, I'm not here for, like, the titles or whatever else comes with it. Like, I want results. Like, I want to see change within the sport. So if I'm putting in energy and I'm not seeing change, or I feel like my voice is not being heard, then I'm going to move on.
Well, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not doing this for fun. I'm doing this for results.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so now you get to go back home to Kashawn, to Atlanta, to your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun.
What are you most excited for?
I think I'm most excited to live in my house or our house. We just got a new couch, so, like, I'm just excited to be able to, like, just go to the living room, lay down there, like, just be back in my own space. And then even, like, I'm excited for all the sports I can do now outside of track. So, like, I love volleyball. If you know me, volleyball's my favorite sport. So I'm really looking forward to, like, finding some type of volleyball team or league that I can join. I've always loved double dutch, and I want to get better at it. And if there's competitions within that and I'm good enough, I would love to be a part of that.
Really? Double dutch competitions?
Yes.
Like jump?
Yes, it's jumping, but like almost like dancing within the ropes and, like, doing different moves within the ropes. I'm super excited about that. I still will lift because that's not for fun, but that's just because I like the way my body looks when I lift weights. So I'll continue to lift. I think I'm just excited to live at home, though.
Yeah, I can imagine. Finally, after so many years.
Yes.
How did you and Kashawn meet?
He was on the track team at the University of Georgia, so we were teammates.
So how did it then? Did it first go into a friendship and then a relationship? How did that work?
Yeah, we were kind of like just hi-bye friends at first. And then there was a time we're at the dining hall and we sat together and I showed him this meme that was hilarious. And he's like, oh my gosh, you have to send me that. And so that's how he got my number. But when he asked for me to send the meme, it wasn't romantic. Like, it wasn't like, let me get your phone number so I can slide in your DMs type of thing. And then over Christmas break, he had texted me and he had mentioned like, oh, I think I want to read the Bible or something like that. And so we started reading the Bible together. That's kind of like how our friendship grew. And
Why did he just say that out of nowhere? Did he know that you were, you were reading the Bible, or that you're a Christian?
I think he knew I was Christian. I don't think we hadn't talked about. I think he just talked about something he was desiring to do. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe God perfectly aligned him to just say that. I don't really know why it came up, but he mentioned it, and I was like, well, we can read the Bible together.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like how we like consistently were speaking, because we were reading the Bible together, and then we started liking each other. And I remember like the first time, he always says this, the first time we saw each other after that Christmas break, I was like, Keyshawn, like I had a big smile on my face. And he says he always remembers the smile of like when he saw me, when we saw each other after that break.
Oh, that's so nice. When you guys like were reading the Bible together, were you like in person? I don't think Zoom was a thing at this time. Was it like over the phone? How are y'all doing it?
Yeah, because it was during Christmas break, it was over FaceTime at first. And then I think we started doing, when we were back in Athens, Georgia, then we started doing it together, like face to face.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are probably some days, because, we might not have seen each other every day, so probably some days where we FaceTimed. And we started our relationship reading the Bible together.
That's cute. It's very apropos.
What does that mean?
It's very in line with you guys. And then the way you are. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course, that'd be the connecting factor.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then from there, when were you like, yeah, I think I like this dude?
I would say like I knew I liked him January. Like when I got back from Christmas break, I knew I'd already liked him.
Yeah.
But then like as we hung out more and more, I was like, oh, okay, like his character traits like align with like what I look for in a man. So
what were those?
I really liked his hard, I guess you could say hardworking, but like the way he went about like schoolwork or the way he'd do research. I really love that. He's very smart. He's funny. Again, like a desire to grow in a relationship with God. Willing to help. He's so caring. Willing to help people. He's willing to help anyone.
Definitely.
With anything. Yeah, I love people who are very kind and caring. Humble. Yeah, I think those were it.
I think something that's really interesting about you that's kind of different from how most other people kind of look for a relationship or, want to go about a relationship is that you said that, like, you didn't really want to date around much. Yeah. Where did that come from? And, like, yeah, I guess where did that come from?
I think it's my personality trait. So, like, even with friends, I'm not really the type to, like, hop around to different people. Like, I find someone and like stick to them. Yeah. So like people that saw like people on like Team USA teams that would always see me. It was like me and Kendall always together. Kendall is a heptathlete that trained with me at Georgia, and so like whenever we made teams together, the two of us were like glued. Like everywhere we go together. And so I feel like I'm like that with people in general. Like I find my people and I just latch onto them. Like, okay, I can trust you. You're kind. You're caring. Perfect. Like let's latch onto each other and do everything together. So I think that it just bled over to. I think it's just my personality type. Okay. Yeah. And then I don't know if you remember this, but I had kind of given up on finding someone because I'm very, very unique. I have a very unique personality. I am like direct, straight to the point, honest, no games being played. And so by 18, I had realized.
By 18, the old age of 18, she was like, I'm going to be an old spinster.
You are not like anyone else. And these men out here do not want someone like you. So it's okay if you're single forever. Because I am true to myself. I'm gonna be me. Yeah. You don't have to like me.
You're like, I'd much rather be single than to try it. Yeah.
I will be single and be me versus like change who I am and be with someone. So I was like, it's okay. I'm gonna be single forever. And I met Keyshawn.
Yeah. Who honestly, I feel as if you guys now, like, he is so bubbly, just like all this energy and stuff like that, which you have a lot of energy too, but I don't think at that level.
Yeah,
I don't think at that level at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's much more extroverted and more outgoing than me.
But, you know, you guys still match up real good.
Yeah. I think our foundation, I was telling someone this the other day, I think our foundation and our values are very similar.
Yeah, exactly.
And then personality is like completely different. Completely
very different. Yeah.
But like the base level of the house, it's like, yes. And then everything else is like, how did this happen?
That's what you gotta have though. Hey, listen, like I can't imagine you like dating someone who's like completely similar to you.
Yeah.
I just don't think that would work out.
I agree. People always, people are surprised when I say like, I wouldn't date myself. No, you don't like yourself? I'm like, I do, but we don't need two of me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I wouldn't.
Yeah. Like, I check those boxes, so we need someone else to check the other boxes.
Oh my gosh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now, yeah, what do you guys see for your future?
So we travel every year. So we're going to Tanzania this year and Zanzibar. So I'm definitely excited to continue traveling with him. Keyshawn's been wanting to have kids, so I think we're gonna have kids. Well, I know we're gonna try to have kids. Hopefully within like the next 3 years or so, which that will be a humongous life change. I would also really like to start a joint scholarship together.
Oh yeah?
For like maybe a kid in Atlanta that like does track or something. I don't know, something that relates, like can connect to us, but then also connect to like the place we live.
Yeah.
And then I would also like to, this I guess would be more individual, but I would like to also like sponsor an athlete in some way, like an unsponsored athlete, like maybe help them like with USA championship expenses or something like that. So like there's like a Keyshawn and I are very much like give back people, so like finding ways that we can like make money and give back to the things we care about.
Absolutely. You guys are definitely you like to serve the community a lot.
Yes.
Yes. I like that scholarship thing. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the sponsoring athletes, giving Flavor Flav is given.
Because I was in it, I know how hard it is, and like you can make more money outside of track. If you're a jumper, most of the time you can make more money outside of track. So it's like, yeah, like I'm probably gonna make more money when I leave the track space, so I can help someone that's in the track space.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Would it be a yearly thing, you think? Like you'd follow them throughout their whole career?
What do you mean follow them?
So like if you're sponsoring an athlete, like is it a different athlete every year, or are you like that one athlete and you're following them throughout their
I think it would be one athlete. I mean, I think it would be a yearly thing.
Okay, so a different athlete each year.
Yeah. Because sometimes people are like, oh, I'm going to retire, or like they decide to stop doing the sport. So I'd want to like this year, and I want to hear different stories too. So like I want to have like an application process and like read through like, okay, this is why I think I should get it, or these are my hopes and dreams. Maybe I'll choose someone to support them for the year, and then like the next year the applications come through again and choose them. And
interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. That's really cute, and that's nice. At least and at least then you're kind of still in the sport as well. Yeah. Do you always want to have a hand in the sport? Like, do you think you'll be like, all right, track and field, I'm gonna just be watching now?
I don't know. I really enjoy track, like just watching in general. Like I love the sport. I follow it. Like it's very interesting to me. So I think I'll probably always be involved in some aspect. But I can see as I get older, it being harder to really have as much of an impact, because unless you're like Allison Felix or something, your name kind of regresses.
It carries. Yeah, for sure. You can create. I mean, you can create something like she did with like her shoe brand, her whole brand, and everything. Obviously, she's
a little bit easier
in that respect, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing that like I really liked that you do is your friend groups. Like you were talking about, like once you find those people, like you stay with those people. And you and Keyshawn like have this really I would say strong friend group in Atlanta, where you guys are literally like growing together, like you're building your lives together. Well, like how did that come about? Like why was that so important to you to have that kind of core group, or did it just kind of like happen? Like, okay, well, guess we're together now.
Yeah, it just kind of happened. I wouldn't say intentionally. It was like I want to do life with these people.
Yeah,
but it really started with me. Brian, Mahosi, Natalie, and Adara. So it started with 5 of us. Adara, we only know because she was dating Mahosi.
Yeah.
But the rest of us were on the track team together.
Yep.
And actually, I didn't really like Mahosi at first. I was more friends.
I wonder why.
I was more just friends with Brian. Brian and I are in the same major, so we had a bunch of classes together. So Brian and I were really close. And like our senior year, we started hanging out all of the time for hours and hours.
You and Brian?
No, the group.
The group.
The group of us 5. It was out of control. We spent so much time together. And it was funny too because it's like I would go to class with Brian, then we'd like go get food together.
Yeah.
Then we'd go back to his place and like work on homework, and then the rest of the friend group would come and we'd hang out all night. It's like we've literally been together for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Then we're like, okay, see you tomorrow and do it again.
But it didn't seem like a big lift. It just seems natural.
Yeah. It was a natural bond. I think us being African, at least Mosey, Brian, and I being African really connected us in a way. All of us being on the track team connected us in a way. A lot of us are very, like Mosey's very genuine, direct, honest.
Very direct.
And so I think it all just meshed. It just meshed very well. And then like bringing in Brian's wife, Morgan, and then Keyshawn, my husband, into the friend group when we all were in Atlanta worked out. Keyshawn and Morgan are older than us, so they were not still in school when the friend group really strengthened. So they like got added in once we all moved to Atlanta. But it's been really fun. We've gotten super close, and it's just funny. And I think also going back to like our faith and like beliefs. Brian and Morgan got married at around the same time as Keyshawn and I.
Yes.
And also are as strong in their faith as we are. So I feel like we're able to support each other in our marriage and within our belief system too because of that. So
yeah, absolutely. And that's always like so good because I just see you guys. I'm like, these people, they're always cackling together. Yeah. They're always playing games. You know what I mean? It just seems like a genuine group. And like when I joined you guys and like when we went to World Championships in Oregon or just when I visit, I'm just like, this is nonstop. Like I don't know how y'all find the energy to just continue.
Yeah, Morgan hates that we just keep going.
It's
She's
just,
like, all right, we saw each other yesterday. I'm like, I know. Let's see each other again.
Exactly.
Let's spend 7 hours again together today.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But genuine's a good word, though, because I think everyone is like so much of themselves.
Yes.
Like none of us changed for anyone else.
Not one bit.
We're 100% ourselves with each other. It reminds me of like siblings almost. Like we are like brothers and sisters.
That's exactly it. And I loved, that's exactly the best way to put it because like siblings, like someone will say something wild. And like in another friend group, they'd be like, this person just said this. But you guys like talk it through and you're like, all right, on to the next thing.
Yep. And we love having conversations about anything.
Literally anything.
Like discussion questions. Let's look up discussion questions.
Literally Googling discussion questions and like going around. Okay, what's your take on this? What's your take? And it's never really the same.
Nope. And like anything, like when I talk, like we've talked about like what is your perspective on the death penalty?
Yep.
And we'll like go around and say our views. Like
what friends are talking about the death penalty?
We just love conversation. Oh man, we've done sleepovers before too. A lot of us in African households, sleepovers are not a thing. So a lot of us, we didn't experience this. So we're like, yeah, let's do a sleepover. We never got to do this as kids,
right?
We're healing our child selves.
No, seriously, I think I remember this. Like one of my first sleepovers was with you. Yep. I think yep. Literally our parents talking on the phone. Like it's so ridiculous. Yeah. Meanwhile, everyone else is just doing it regular.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, they're fun.
You think it's gonna last?
Yeah.
Even longer?
I feel like everyone thinks their friendship's going to last forever. Yeah, I think so, but you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially, I would say especially Morgan and Brian because of their Christian faith.
Yeah.
I think that really grounds us and like holds us together. Like we're very close to Mahosi and Adara too, but I definitely think like having the same belief system glues you to each other.
Yeah, no, that's true. Same base like you were talking about. And now Mahosi and Adara in New York, like way away from Atlanta. How are you guys keeping, in contact?
I would say Mahosi's probably the glue for us. Even though he's super busy, he's the most common one to randomly call.
Really?
FaceTime call the group chat. Yeah. The rest of us will kind of like text and we'll talk like a little bit.
Yeah.
Mahosi it's like 11:30 p.m. FaceTime from Mahosi, and we'll all get on and stay on the phone for like 2 hours or so. Wake up the next morning tired because we stayed on the phone too long. So yeah, Mahosi's the person that keeps us connected because he will start the phone call.
I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
I would have thought since he's so busy up until 3 a.m.
He's
just
the
working.
He's also the random call person.
There you
None
go.
of us are really that person that's like, let me just start a FaceTime call.
Yeah. I like that though. That's nice. And I love that through you, me and Brian became good friends. What connected us is we're both Kenyans, obviously. We don't see a lot of Kenyans in America too often. Like you have to like be specifically looking for it. So when you were like, Brian, come out, I was like, come out. Come out. And then you told me he was Kenyan. I was like, bet we're gonna be friends. This is awesome. He's just like the most kind, caring person ever. Literally so nice. Kind and caring. Yeah, it's insane. Sometimes I'm like, Brian, maybe you could just be a little bit mean. I don't know, but no,
he is.
Okay. Woo. Sorry. We started late. This is a thing that like Andre gets on me for. Like I like to respect other people's time so much so that like for example, when we were going to meet at the Eiffel Tower, I was like, Andre, we gotta go now, we're gonna be late, they said they're gonna be here at this time, so that means we really have to leave at this time. He's like, it's fine, they're not even gonna be there on time, like, and even if we're a couple minutes late, like, it'll be all right. I'm like, no, like, you know what I mean? I just hate to have people waiting or like having people's schedules like tied up because of me.
But I'm the same way, and I appreciate people like that, because there are some people that, now that I'm older, that I've met that are super selfish, and they'll just like we'll say we'll meet at a certain time and they show up whenever, and it's like, I've been waiting here, like, you're not considering someone else's time. So I appreciate that trait. But like, I'm like, you don't have to apologize about that. And we're friends. Like, you don't have to apologize about this.
I'm working on it. One of the many things I'm working on. Yeah. Another thing that I'm working on is just like, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So just trying to enjoy life more. That's what Andre says. He's like, chill out, man. Yeah. Like, just enjoy life. Like, I feel as if that's how Kashan is too. Like,
yeah, he's that for me too.
Whatever happens, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely that for me too.
Something that Kashan said that like I really loved, and like I've always known this, but like it's good to hear other people say. He's like, I love failure. I hope I fail.
Yeah, no, can't relate. Can't relate. Absolutely not. I hope I never fail. I know that that's impossible. I still hope I never fail.
But it's like, even if you fail, it's like, are you really failing? Or are you just like learning something else?
Yeah, I'm failing.
Oh my gosh.
I have the toxic mindset. Unsubscribe from failure. Opting out of failure.
I don't know. I think I want to work on it, because I think it'll reduce my stress levels, because I'd be stressed as hell just wanting everything to be perfect, exactly as the schedule, exactly as I planned it out. But it doesn't work like that all the time.
Yeah. No, I need to work on it too.
Yeah.
But I'll read books and it'll say like, when you fail, you learn. And I'm like, no.
What book are you looking for? How not to fail? How to do everything perfectly right?
I understand, but it's just annoying. I'm
like, it is frustrating.
Why can't we skip the failure? Why do we have to fail?
I think it's the emotion behind the failure, because like that's why I don't like playing games.
Yeah, games don't matter to me as much. And I don't see losing a game as failure. To
me, yes, because I'm like, I will get so competitive, and if I don't win, I'm like just flipping everything. Like, it is bad. That's why I'm like, I know myself. I'm not gonna play this game, because you don't want to see that side of me.
I don't think I thought you didn't like games. I don't think I knew that. I found out yesterday that the reason that you don't like games is because you don't want to lose.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. I thought you didn't like find it fun. Like when we play a game, you're not having fun.
No, I can have fun, but I just don't want to lose.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's why you opt
out
of games.
Yeah, I don't. Don't ask me to play a game. I'm not doing it unless I win.
Yeah, games are not for you then. There's no losing in games.
No, absolutely not. Like, yeah, I refuse.
I don't mind it in games. In life, though, I'm not trying to fail in life.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. So that's why I say something I gotta work on. It's so tough. Yeah, it's tough.
It is.
Ugh, goodness gracious. All right. So you said you talked about that. Oh, talk to me about your trip to Tanzania coming up. Tanzania and Zanzibar. Why did you guys choose that?
So I've been telling Keyshawn we need to go to all our far countries before we have kids. Because even if we want to take the kids on vacation, I'm not taking them far across the world.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
up until what age, though?
I don't know. I just know it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work to bring kids across the world. So yeah, I don't know what age. I don't know if I'll ever. Maybe they have to figure that out. When they get older, they can take themselves across the world. I don't know. But like, we haven't done many. I want to go to a lot of Caribbean islands. We haven't done that because that's very much closer to America. And so, yeah, I told him I wanted to go to Africa again. I've never been to East Africa.
Yeah.
And so we chose Tanzania and
My
Zanzibar.
area. Or as Andre would say, Northeast Africa.
Oh, Lord. No, he would say West Africa.
West Africa.
Andre would say West Africa. Just for the viewers, Kenya, Tanzania are in East Africa. East Africa.
Not West Africa. I'm so done. The embarrassment. I was like...
Yeah. So I just wanted to do like more safaris, and then I've also been seeing great things about Zanzibar. So
I heard it's beautiful.
I did too. Yeah, I'm excited.
Let me know how that goes. Yeah, I heard Zanzibar is beautiful. Tanzania, they speak perfect Swahili.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's like just like a little fact. Like the way I would compare it to like how the British speak English is how Tanzania speaks Swahili.
Like very proper.
Yeah. And then the way Kenyans speak Swahili is the way Americans speak English.
I
Exactly. So that's why even like when I speak to a Tanzanian and they're speaking Swahili to me, even though I don't understand everything, I'm like, why do I understand more of what you're saying than usual? But no, I think you'll have a good time. It'll be fun. What are you guys gonna be doing though?
I don't know the specific itinerary, so we doing a tour with G Adventures.
Okay.
So I just know we're definitely doing safaris in Tanzania, and then we're also doing in Zanzibar. We're doing like a tour around the town. But other than that, I don't really know.
Yeah. Will you be going to the beach in Zanzibar? I hear it's very pretty.
Yes, we will.
Oh my gosh, jealous. 10 days. You
10
said?
days, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's only like 3 days or so in Zanzibar. Oh, and just got remembered of this. One of the things we're doing, which the only reason we're doing this is because Keyshawn and Linda, my older sister Linda's coming with us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There is a camping part of it while we're in the Serengeti.
Y'all camping in the Serengeti?
Yes.
Like tent?
Yes. And like I looked at the place we're staying, and I saw the bathrooms and everything, and it's just like, I'm going to be in the trenches, guys. I don't like, if you know me, I don't really like nature like that. Like, sleeping in nature sounds crazy to me. Why would anyone choose to do that?
For fun.
Where is the bed? So, like, we have to bring sleeping bags for these tents. And they're like, you can't stand up in the, like, we'll set up the tent for you, but you can't stand up in the tent. And I'm like, so we're camping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is because of Linda and Keyshawn. I opted in. I think it's 2 nights, 3 days. But I'm going to need prayer for that part of the trip.
They are adventurers, though, so I could definitely see them being like, yeah, man, let's go. Let's do this.
Sounds crazy to me.
But that's good on you for being like, you know what? I'm doing this for y'all.
I'm a big majority rules person.
Okay.
Yeah, two against one. We're doing it.
This guy's got to suck it up.
I'll be okay.
Did you ever go to, I don't know where your dad lived in Nigeria, but was it like more city or was it like more village?
It was village, yeah. So we started out in the city with like electricity and everything, and then we went to the village.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad though, because like you have like a private bathtub, you boil hot water, and you just get some other water, and you kind of take like your bird bath in the bathtub in private. So it's not too bad. And then we have generators at night to like charge your phone and have electricity.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad.
All right.
Yeah.
When you talk about the bathroom situation, I was like, yeah, I remember the first time we went back to Kenya in 2010. It was a very much a outhouse situation.
I'm pretty sure Tanzania's bathroom for the camp part will be worse than Nigeria.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to get like a private bathtub and boiled water.
No.
I don't think, yeah.
That's going to be an adventure. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need it.
Good luck. Oh my gosh. But I mean, this is so exciting. It's just like a new era for you. So excited to see like, yeah, just the person you become. What do you think a year from now? What do you think your mindset will be when it comes to just life in general?
That's a hard question. I don't know if my mindset so much is going to change. I think that I will feel more at peace and less stressed. I think track was causing a lot of stress in my life, and like a lot of sadness, and like there's just so much pressure to perform over and over and over again in track, and like outside of track, like things are just like you just live your life. Like, it's just fun. Like if I go to volleyball and I don't do well, it's not like it's publicized somewhere and articles written about it or there's hype about it and there's an audience. It's just like you just go to volleyball again and 2 days later and It's like I just feel like I will feel more free
Yep.
and at peace because I'm not gonna be tied to like all these sacrifices and things that I'm doing to try to get a certain result.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
going to be freeing. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Peaceful.
exactly. That's what we all need. We need some peace.
Amen.
Well, thanks, Keturah. You
Thanks,
know,
Gentrix.
it's been good chatting again. I'm glad to see now you're on the other side,
I am.
right? You're beginning, it begins this week in Paris. Like us just like traveling around, seeing all the sights. Like finally you get to like actually sightsee. Whereas in like in previous world championships and stuff, I don't really think you had as much time to do so, right? And then going forward, with Tanzania and then just like taking your gap year, I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah. What are your final words for anyone who might be listening?
Yeah, so I have 2 final words. One of them would be to give grace to athletes. I feel like people who watch sports or like are tweeting about sports or commenting on sports are very harsh on athletes, and they don't know the day-to-day things that athletes are going through to try to perform. Like athletes sacrifice so much and are giving so much to the sport. And if they don't perform in the day, fans are just like, oh my gosh, what is he doing? I can't believe he did this. And it's like, this person is trying the best that they can. You
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on, and you don't know how difficult this is. So, like, to get online and talk about an athlete and the way they performed when, like, you've never been in that situation or you don't know what they're going through, I just think is, like, so inconsiderate and disheartening, and, like, it just makes me so upset when I see it because I know what it feels like to give your all to something and not get the results you want. And so for someone to just carelessly be like,
As if they could do it as well.
exactly,
Yeah,
as
and they
if
could
it's
get into your
easy, like,
spikes.
to just, yeah. So that's the one thing. Give grace to athletes always, always. The second piece of advice I would say, in general, is just to stay true to yourself in all situations. Advocate for the things that you care about. If you feel like someone's being mistreated or not being spoken to well, if you feel like someone's disrespecting you, have the boldness and the courage to stand up for yourself. And then I would say, as far as like passions and like things to get into, I would say just try new things and see what really appeals to you. Like a lot of times, I think sometimes people are bored with what they're doing or not interested in what they're doing because like they don't know what they really enjoy. So like I would say like just try to like really think about what it is that moves you to like act. Like I know that I'm very moved by like mentorship. Like I know that there are experiences I've gone through, and if I shared them with someone else, they could maybe learn from me and not have to go through the same thing. So like just really think through like what is it that you feel like a genuine passion for and you're connected to, and like share your experiences. There's so many people going through the same thing that you're going through and you don't know because nobody talks about it. So like never feel alone in what you're going through because a lot of people are going through the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That was well said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's that.
Bye.
Hey there, one more thing before you go. First, thank you so much for watching and listening. You didn't have to. You could have done literally anything else with your time. So I am so appreciative. Number 2, if you liked what you heard or you resonated with anything, please like, comment, subscribe. Do all the things. All the links will be in the show notes so we can continue exploring this wild, weird, wacky, and awesomely wonderful world outside of work.
Like sleeping in nature sounds crazy to me. Why would anyone
Why would anyone
choose to do that?
For fun.
Where is the bed?